The Princess of Wales has just announced that she is undergoing treatment for cancer.
It has been an incredibly tough couple of months for our entire family.
The royal family has always kept certain matters private. But shocking news has recently emerged that has shocked fans.
Now, a huge shock to Catherine, as she says. It's going to be a huge shock to millions of other people as well.
It turns out, behind the elegant appearances and her graceful dedication to royal duties, Catherine has been facing a serious health crisis. What seemed like minor issues are now revealed to be far more scary than anyone imagined. The palace has finally shared the truth, leaving everyone in disbelief. What exactly did the palace reveal? In this video, we will look into Catherine's health update and the bad news revealed by the palace. The start of Catherine's health decline. Princess Catherine's health challenges began quietly, with only a few people noticing at first. She had always been known for her energy and graceful presence, so when small signs of fatigue appeared, no one gave it much thought. Her schedule as a senior royal was packed with public appearances, charity events, and family commitments. She continued attending royal engagements, smiling for cameras and interacting with the public. But behind that exterior, something wasn't right. The exhaustion she experienced was far beyond normal tiredness from a busy life. It became harder for her to hide as the time went on, but she did everything possible to avoid worrying those around her. But how long could she keep up the disguise before her true health struggles became impossible to conceal? There are more details to be revealed. Stay tuned. For months, Catherine lived with the uncertainty of what was going on with her health. She was careful to keep things private, not wanting to alarm her family or the public. But eventually, the fatigue worsened, and other symptoms appeared that she couldn't ignore. Finally, after a series of medical consultations, Catherine received a diagnosis that changed everything. It was revealed that she had cancer.
Whilst I've been recovering from surgery.
A diagnosis that hit both the royal family and the public like a shockwave. For someone as admired and active as Catherine, this kind of news was hard to process. Yet, she faced it with remarkable strength, even though her world was turned upside down. Once Catherine's diagnosis became public, the focus shifted to her treatment. She began a series of radiation treatments, a common but intense method of fighting cancer. These treatments are known to be draining, and Catherine's experience was no different. The physical toll of the radiation left her weak and exhausted. Her once vibrant energy was noticeably diminished. Still, Catherine pushed through and even returned to her royal duties shortly after each round of treatment. This decision to resume public life raised eyebrows, as many felt that she should be resting and focusing on her recovery. But Catherine had always been dedicated to her role and seemed determined not to let her illness slow her down. However, her brave face couldn't hide the fact that her health was still a major concern. Rumors about Catherine's health started circulating as she began appearing less frequently at events. Even though she tried to maintain her usual poise in front of the public, insiders knew that her struggle with cancer was much harder than it appeared on the surface. Those close to the family revealed that her condition had worsened over time, and she was finding it increasingly difficult to manage her health alongside her royal responsibilities. Despite her efforts to keep the details private, it was clear that her illness was not something she could easily overcome. As her treatment continued, it became obvious that the effects were long-lasting. Catherine's physical strength was not returning as quickly as she hoped, and she struggled to regain the energy she needed for her royal duties. The cancer treatments had left her body weakened, and every public appearance required immense effort. On the surface, Catherine seemed to manage everything with grace, but behind the scenes, it was a different story. Her ongoing battle with fatigue made it hard to keep up with the demanding pace of royal life, and there were growing concerns about how long she could continue in this role without taking a significant break to focus on her health. Catherine's health challenges not only affected her physically, but also took an emotional toll. The pressure of being a public figure while privately dealing with such a serious illness was immense. She had always been admired for her composure and ability to handle stress. But cancer is a battle that goes beyond public appearances. Emotionally, Catherine found it hard to reconcile her desire to stay strong for her family and the public with the reality of her declining health. There were moments when she wanted nothing more than to take a step back and focus on healing, but the sense of duty she felt to her role as a royal kept her going. This constant push and pull between wanting to recover and feeling obligated to carry out her duties weighed heavily on her mental health. The royal family, especially her husband, Prince William, were deeply concerned about her condition. William had been a constant source of support for Catherine throughout her illness, but even he could see the toll it was taking on her. He had witnessed her at her weakest points, when the fatigue and emotional strain became too much to bear. William stepped in whenever he could, taking on more royal duties to give Catherine a break. But even with his help, it was clear that the stress of their public lives was making it harder for her to recover. There were whispers among insiders that Catherine's return to public life may have been too soon, and that she was pushing herself beyond what her body could handle. Catherine's cancer diagnosis had another layer of difficulty because of the mental strain that comes with balancing such a serious illness with the constant attention from the public. She didn't have the luxury of recovering in private. Even on the hardest days, when the treatments left her completely drained, she still had to make appearances, smile for the cameras, and interact with the public. While the public may have seen her as resilient and graceful, they had no idea of the real effort it took for Catherine to get through these events. Every public appearance came with a price, and she often had to spend days recovering from the physical and emotional exhaustion. In the midst of all this, doctors who were monitoring Catherine's condition were growing increasingly concerned. They had seen firsthand the effects that her royal duties were having on her health. The stress and pressure of public life were making it harder for her to recover fully, and there were worries that if she didn't slow down, her recovery could be delayed even further or lead to more complications. The royal family had to strike a balance between Catherine's need for rest and the public's expectations of her. It wasn't an easy situation, and it raised tough questions about how much longer she could keep up her royal responsibilities. As Catherine continued to fight her illness, it became clear that the cancer treatments were having long-term effects on her body. Radiation is known to be a harsh treatment, and in Catherine's case, the side effects were severe. Her energy levels were not bouncing back, and she often felt drained after even the simplest tasks. Publicly, she maintained her royal commitments, but those closest to her could see how much it was taking out of her. The cancer had left her physically weak, and while she tried to stay active, the reality was that her body was struggling to keep up with the demands of her role. Catherine's health challenges were not just a personal struggle, they also affected her family life. As a mother, she had always been hands-on with her children, but her illness made it harder to keep up with the physical demands of raising young kids. Catherine was determined to shield her children from the worst of her illness, but they couldn't help but notice that their mother was no longer as energetic as she used to be. Balancing her health with her family responsibilities was one of the toughest parts of her battle with cancer. She wanted to be there for her children as much as possible, but the fatigue and exhaustion often made it difficult. The royal family also faced pressure from the public to maintain a certain image, and Catherine felt the weight of that responsibility. Even as her health worsened, there was an expectation that she would continue to perform her royal duties. This pressure added to the already immense stress she was under, making it harder for her to focus on her recovery. It became a delicate balancing act, trying to meet the demands of public life while also taking care of her health. Each public appearance required careful planning, and there were times when Catherine had to cancel events at the last minute because her body simply couldn't handle it. As Catherine's illness progressed, there were more and more signs that her health was in serious decline. Family members and close friends became increasingly concerned as they watched her struggle to keep up with her royal duties. They could see that she was pushing herself too hard, and many began to question whether she should take a step back from public life altogether. While Catherine was committed to her role as a royal, it was clear to those around her that her health needed to come first. The biggest reveal is yet to come. Don't go anywhere. Public support from family and her public appearances. Catherine's health challenges have been tough on her, but the support from her family has been a bright spot in her journey. Prince George, at nearly 11, has shown a maturity that is beyond his years. He is often seen being there for his mother, offering comfort when she feels down. Whether it's a warm hug or just a reassuring smile, George has a way of making Catherine feel loved and understood. His role has gone beyond that of a typical boy. He often helps out with his younger siblings, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis, showing a protective side that reflects their close-knit bond. Princess Charlotte, at 8 years old, is another source of joy for Catherine. Her playful spirit can light up any room. On days when Catherine feels overwhelmed, Charlotte's laughter and innocent games can lift her spirits. The little girl often organizes fun activities, from dress-up sessions to playful dance-offs, providing a much-needed escape from the stress of health worries. Meanwhile, 5-year-old Prince Louis brings his own brand of cheer. His mischievous antics often result in giggles and light-hearted moments, reminding Catherine of the joy that family brings. Together, the children help create a warm atmosphere that makes the tough days a little more bearable. King Charles III has also played a significant role in supporting Catherine during this time. His own recent health challenges have made him particularly sensitive to what she's going through. He regularly checks in on her, making it clear that family comes first, especially during difficult times. During family gatherings, he emphasizes the importance of sticking together. This kind of open communication helps create a family dynamic where everyone feels valued and supported. Charles's experience with health issues has fostered a deeper understanding among family members, reinforcing their bond even further. The royal family has made public statements about Catherine's health, acknowledging the difficulties she faces. These statements reflect a commitment to her well-being and underline the importance of family support. They encourage her to take the time she needs to recover without feeling the pressure of royal duties. This acknowledgement is crucial, as it allows Catherine to prioritize her health without feeling guilty or anxious about fulfilling her royal responsibilities. Knowing that her family stands firmly behind her has been a tremendous comfort. Prince William has emerged as a pillar of strength throughout Catherine's health battle. He encourages her to lean on him and the kids, often reminding her, "We are in this together." This sentiment resonates deeply with Catherine, providing her with reassurance that she is not alone in this struggle. His involvement is hands-on. He attends doctor's appointments with her and actively participates in family activities that promote wellness. William's support helps to ease some of the burdens, allowing Catherine to focus on healing. In July 2024, Catherine surprised everyone with her appearance at the Wimbledon men's finals, marking a significant return to public life. Clad in a stunning floral dress, she radiated elegance and poise, catching the attention of everyone present. The event was a major highlight of the summer, and her attendance was not just a personal victory, but also a celebration of resilience. It felt like a joyous occasion for the entire royal family and their supporters. As she walked into the venue, the crowd erupted into applause, an overwhelming show of affection that visibly lifted her spirits. Seeing Catherine at Wimbledon reminded the public of her strength and dedication. Fans and attendees expressed their joy at her return, which was a big boost for her morale. It was clear that she had missed these public engagements, and the warmth from the crowd made her feel appreciated. The event was more than just a tennis match. It symbolized Catherine's determination to get back into her royal duties despite her health concerns. This powerful moment resonated with many, showing that she could rise above her struggles and continue to fulfill her role. However, media outlets were quick to analyze her every move, discussing whether it was too soon for her to re-enter the public eye. Some speculated on how her health might affect her performance in the royal role moving forward. This scrutiny is something that comes with being a member of the royal family, but it also highlights the expectations placed upon her. As people watched her every interaction with players and spectators, conversations arose about how she balances her public life with her health challenges. After the Wimbledon event, Catherine shared her reflections with close friends. She spoke about how much it meant to be back in the public eye, feeling a sense of normalcy during the event that had been missing for a while. This outing reinvigorated her spirit, even if it also reminded her of the toll it took on her body. She realized the importance of pacing herself as she readjusted to public life. Returning to royal engagements wasn't just about fulfilling duties, it was also about finding her footing again in a world that had become increasingly challenging for her. In the weeks following her return, Catherine's schedule was carefully curated to allow for a healthy balance between her royal duties and her health needs. Family members stepped in where possible, taking on engagements that would have been taxing for her. This collaborative approach ensured that Catherine could participate in key events without feeling overwhelmed. It's a smart strategy that allows her to stay involved while prioritizing her recovery. Despite her radiant appearance at public events, concerns continued to grow about the strain that royal duties put on Catherine. Insiders indicated that doctors had advised her against overexertion, given her recent health struggles. There's a constant push and pull for her between fulfilling responsibilities and focusing on her healing. It's not an easy line to walk, and many royal commentators have pointed out the immense pressure she faces in managing both worlds. As part of her recovery, Catherine has started incorporating more rest into her routine. She has taken up mindfulness practices and has made a concerted effort to spend quality time with her family. Weekends are often dedicated to relaxation and fun activities, allowing her to recharge and enjoy life outside of the public eye. These moments have become invaluable, providing her with a break from the demands of her royal duties. There's also been a noticeable rise in public health awareness campaigns led by Princess Catherine. These initiatives focus on self-care and mental health, stemming from her own experiences. She uses her platform to emphasize the importance of taking care of oneself, particularly for those facing similar pressures in their lives. This commitment not only highlights her understanding of the struggles faced by many, but also positions her as a relatable figure for those dealing with health challenges. Health experts have praised Catherine for her proactive approach to managing her health. They note that while her public appearances are vital, prioritizing her well-being will ultimately enhance her ability to serve her family and the public in the long run. This advice reinforces the idea that taking a step back isn't a sign of weakness, but rather a step towards strength. Catherine's efforts to balance her royal obligations with her health needs show a level of maturity and wisdom that resonates with many. Catherine has also re-engaged with community initiatives following her return. She attended a local charity event that aimed to support mental health, marking another step in her public comeback. These community engagements have been carefully planned to ensure they align with her health needs. Her social media presence has increased as well, with posts sharing insights about her health journey. Catherine's candidness about her struggles has resonated with many. Fans appreciate her honesty, as it fosters a sense of connection and community among those who may be facing similar challenges. Collaborations with various health organizations have also become a part of her journey. Catherine has taken on roles to raise awareness about health issues, highlighting the importance of both mental and physical wellness. These initiatives align perfectly with her dedication to her royal role, allowing her to contribute positively while also reinforcing her commitment to recovery. Looking to the future, Catherine has expressed her desire to gradually increase her involvement in royal duties. She has plans to participate in selected upcoming events, doing so at a pace that feels comfortable for her. What are your thoughts on the statement of the royal family about Catherine's health? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Click on the next video displayed on your screen. You will enjoy it.